is Al-Mannan. And we mentioned this name early on in the early episodes and the long hadith where the Prophet ﷺ came into a masjid, saw a man supplicating and calling Allah Azza wa Jal with his name Al-Mannan. It's not mentioned in the Quran as a name, but Allah Azza wa Jal is Al-Mannan, the beneficent bestower of bounties, as they translate it. What does it mean? Al-Mannan is an adjective we describe person by who frequently gives without anticipation of any reward. So Allah Azza wa Jal is the Mannan, Al-Mannan, because everything you see is from Him. He gives without asking. Who among us ask Allah for the gift of sight, or the ability to walk, or the food and drink we consume? Allah gives us without us asking us. So this is part of the name Al-Mannan, giving frequently without anticipating any reward. He gave us life, He gave us our intellect, He gave us our souls, and He gave us the ability to speak. He formed us in the best of forms, and He has given us without account. If you were to come and calculate Allah's favors and bounties upon us, you won't be able to do that. Now, Al-Imam Qurtubi says that the word Al-Man is to give. And this has an origin of it in the Quran. Allah says, فَمْنٌ أَوْ أَمْسِكْ بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ. Allah is talking to one of His prophets. He says, this is our gift, so grant or withhold without account. Famnun here means to grant, which is a positive thing, which is part of Allah's beautiful name Al-Mannan, which is part of what Allah wants us to do, to give unconditionally, without anticipating reward, to help others. This is positive. Now, the word Al-Man also has a negative meaning for us humans, but it is still valid to Allah Azza wa Jal, Al-Mannan. And that is to boast about giving and to count what you had given to others. And in Allah's favor and right, this is totally legit. When Allah gives us what He has given us, He's the only one who has the right to boast about it and say, haven't I done this for you? Haven't I given you this? Haven't I provided you with all what you ask for? And He is rightfully in doing this because this is part of His name. No one else can do that. But with humans among one another, if I go to the poor man and say to him, haven't I given you 50 euros yesterday? Didn't I pay your rent last year? Don't I usually give you money every now and then? Why are you doing this? This is a major sin in Islam. Allah says in the Quran, O you who have believed, do not invalidate your charities with reminders of it or injury. This is reminding people of it. And the Prophet said in an authentic hadith, لا يدخل الجنة منان. Jannah would not be entered, or the one who reminds others with his favors upon them would not be admitted to Jannah. So this is a really serious major sin that we have to avoid, but we have to acknowledge that only Allah Azza wa Jal is deserving of being Al-Mannan in its both meanings. The one who gives without account and the one who reminds His servants of what He had given to them so that they would be always grateful and express their gratitude to Him.